Hey guys, my name is Chika. I am a life and style blogger and YouTuber based in Abuja, Nigeria. If this is your first time seeing my face, please do not make it your last. Join the family, subscribe, let's grow. And if this isn't your first time, thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for coming back every time I post a video. Like, you don't even understand how much that means to me. Like, I love it so much. Today's video is a story time where I tell you about my experience in school and how I almost got expelled because I did not go to church. I know it's confusing. I was confused too. While doing that, I'll be doing my makeup and I'm going to show you guys how I achieved this look. It's not a makeup tutorial. It's just me applying makeup and having fun while doing it. If this sounds like something you want to watch or see, please keep on watching and do not forget to subscribe. Let us grow this family. Brows are done now, and now let's start the story time. Yeah, so I don't know where to start from, but I'm just going to start like that. For foundation, I am using my favorite so far. I haven't gotten one that I like or that is my skin color, so this is what I use still. So how do I start this gist? Like, what do I say? So before I start the actual story, let me like give you like a backstory so you can understand. In the school I went to, I'm not going to mention names, but if you went to the school and you probably even read the title, you know the school. So the school I went to, we go to church 5 times a week. So I went to church Tuesday mornings, Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, and the worship day morning and night. Like on the worship day morning and night. You can probably guess the school from the way I just describe the church days we go for. So yeah, we go to school, we go to church 5 times a week. So on that day, the worship day, I think I was tired that week. Something happened. I don't know. I was just like tired. And then in the morning of the worship day, I decided, I had my bags, I brought out what I was going to wear, I already set out everything. And then last minute, I was like, I'm not going to church. Like, what's the point? I'm not going to church. And I wasn't a rule breaker in school, but then I was the type of student that doesn't do anything, but trouble still finds them. That was just how I was. I don't know if I was unlucky in school, but then trouble always found me, no matter what I did, no matter how much I tried to stay away from problems. It just used to find me. So that day, I said I was not going to church, and then I called my friend, and then I was like, babe, how far? Are you going to church today? She was like, I'm not going to any church, because we're in the same center, the same church center. And then I called her, and then I was like, are you going to church? She was like, no. I was like, okay, I don't want to go to church, because like that was like my church partner. You know how you have someone that you go to church with. Usually I don't mind. I can just go to church and sit down alone and maybe sleep. But then I was like, I beg, let me just follow this girl and just stay in the hostel we have. So like, okay, I'm coming to your room. Let me just come and chill. Let's watch movie and anything. And I just didn't want to go to church, and I went to her room. So when I got to her room, her roommates were there already. They already just like, you guys are not going to church. I was like, no, man, I don't feel like going to church. I'm not going. I was just giving. I don't even know why I didn't want to go. There was no reason for me not going to church that day. I just didn't want to. I'm not the type of person that doesn't go to church in school. I just like to go for going sake. Like, please, in case of anything, let me just go and just sit down. It's better to be there than for me to be in the hostel and something happens. So excuse me. So I now went to her room, and we're there. Her roommates were asking, like I just said. And then they were like, should we lock you guys inside? And then we're like, no, don't worry, we'll lock ourselves inside. Because in my school, you have to like submit your keys when you're leaving the hostel, so that they know that nobody's in the room. Just so that nobody can steal from the room. Because if the key is downstairs, how would people get the key? I don't know if what I'm explaining makes any sense. So they didn't lock the door for us. And then we stayed with the key inside the room. So like when church was going on, we could hear people praying, worshiping, singing and everything. us were watching movie in the hostel and just using earpiece, obviously, because you can't, you're not meant to be there. You can't play your music out loud, or else you know that somebody's inside the room. So we're watching movie now. Then my dad now called me, and then I was now like, because he knows that I go to church on that day. So he called me and he was like, that, how far are you in church? And then I was like, yes, yes. I was now whispering like, yes, yes, daddy, I'm in church. Coming back, coming back, coming back. I was lying, obviously. But I didn't want to talk too much because I didn't want myself to be loud or anything. I just shall behave like I was in church and try to like get away with it. In my mind, I was like, I'm so freaking smart. Then after like some minutes, we just started hearing keys dangling, like doing the whole, when a bunch of keys are together. And then I was like, I called my friend. I was like, babe, people are inside this hostel. I think the whole admin is here. We now started panicking because like we're not meant to be there now. And first of all, we're both like the good children. Then as we're inside the room now, we now heard them knocking on different people's doors. We're like, oh my god. We're like, what? They now came to our own room. They now started knocking. We know you're inside there. Better come out now. Better come out. What's wrong with you? Come out. Open this door. Me and my friend were like, what are we going to do? We're trying to think of lies. We're trying to think of what we can say for us being in the hostel at that time. We're just like, what are we going to say? What are we going to say? And then they came back again. Open this door. We're going to break it. If we were sensible at that time, we won't have opened the door because there's no way they can break the door. Because who want to spend money to repair the door? You get, so like we weren't that smart at that point in time. And then after some time, we now opened the door when we thought they had left because everywhere was quiet. As we opened the door, the woman just came inside and started shouting at us. I think they were waiting for us to open the door. I don't know, but she just started shouting. So you people were inside here and you guys don't talk. And then like we not started faking like as if we were sleeping or something like that. We're like, oh, we're so sorry, ma. We didn't know. Has church started? We shall behaving like fools. We're just doing the most, like basically lying, like we didn't know what we had just done. And then the woman was now like that. You think I'm mad at me? You think I don't know? She was very angry. I don't know if she was angry at the fact that we opened the door late or at the fact that we were pretending that we're sick. All I know is that the woman was angry. So we started begging her like, oh ma, we're so sorry, we were sleeping, we didn't know when church started, like the lie was so weak. Now that I'm thinking about it, but at that time I was like, maybe we're doing something right. So the woman said, I don't care what you're saying, I don't care if you were sick, I don't care if you wanted to die. All those things that all these people say now. Shall follow me downstairs. So we now like, oh my god, why trouble? I was like, babe, why trouble? She was like, Chika, don't worry, be calm. Because me, some people can get away with stuff, but in my family is like this type of, I don't know the word to use, but you don't want to get in trouble. That's just how I can explain it. Like, oh my god, please let nothing happen. Because in my school, you drop your parents' number when you first enter the school, so like they have your details. That's how much of a secondary school my university. I never even tell you guys that this was a university. That's how much of a secondary school my university was. So when we went downstairs now, we now saw like a whole bunch of people, like a whole lot of people. So I think that's why they were even searching, because the keys that were in the Potter were not plenty. So obviously they knew that people were not at church, or is it at church? I don't know. So that's what made them start suspecting us. They told us that we should write statements. That was my first time writing statements in school. And then I was like, what am I going to write? And then everybody was obviously writing that they were sick, that they were on their periods and they had menstrual pain and they did not they couldn't go to church because of the menstrual pain. But I think I was more creative. I gave myself a sickness, that I don't know, but like my sickness was not, I don't know, maybe someone else wrote it, but then it was not period and it was not malaria. It was just, it was something more creative. It was a more creative lie, even though it was still a lie. So when I wrote the statement now, this security person, I don't know what to call them, but then the security people in my school could also punish you and make you write the statement and make you face disciplinary committee. They had that much power, the security people in my school. So the security, one of the security ladies now came, and then she was now like that we should all pay her 1,000 naira for us to be free, like for them to pardon us. And all of us were like, oh my god, yes, because it's Nigeria now. Like, it didn't even sound anything to us because it's Nigeria, anything goes. So we didn't feel like the woman was lying or she was doing anything. We just felt like, oh, this is legit. She's actually going to let us go if we pay her 1,000 naira. So we all paid her the 1,000 naira. I know how in school now, everybody, even when you're serving punishment, you're like forming, yeah, I'm a bad bitch, nothing's going to happen to me. Is it not just ordinary punishment? Is it not just expulsion? Is it not just, you be doing like as if nothing can happen to you. What is the worst that can happen? That I'm a big girl. But at the back of your mind, you're thinking about all the things that can happen to you. Please God, let's not happen. But in front, you're like, I beg, it's not just small punishment. What's the worst that can happen? So when I beg, what am I using now? I'm using LA Girl Programs here. So when the lady now came, everyone now bring their money. Like, you guys should just bring your money. Let's just get this thing over with. Like, it's not just ordinary church with me. So why are they making us do all these things? All these people are just useless. All these annoying stuff. How much are they paying you, Seth? Like, you're doing all these things. Is it not too much? The reason why they even caught us, apart from the whole this thing, the people were not people's kids were not at the portal, was because an idiot was making indomie downstairs, and then we're not allowed to cook in our hostels, and then this lady was making indomie and her room was close to the portal. How will you do that when you know that they can smell the indomie that you're making? So it was really pissing everybody up that one idiot made indomie. Nobody found who the girl was, but we all insulted her. At this point, we had paid the security person, and the security person now all took our names down, like, oh, this person paid, that kind of thing. So in our mind, we're like, we're fine, nothing is going to happen to us. Monday morning now came. I think my friend came to me and tell me, Chika, why are you facing disciplinary committee? I was like, eh? Like, what? From where? How? Alright, eh? And I got to the board where they put the announcements and stuff. I just saw my name, I was like, what? And I saw I never read why my name was there. I just saw my name and I was like, what is my name doing here? And I read the heading, and then he said that we missed church on so day, so we are going to face hall panel. That's what they call it. Like, it's a disciplinary committee, but for like the hostel, you're going to face in front of hall admins and all these things. So when I saw it, I was like, what? God. I just started thinking about what the lie I can tell my parents in case it doesn't go as fine, like as okay. So I went to meet my friend that we were in punishment. I was like, babe, your name is on the list. So she was like, eh? I thought we paid the woman now. And you can't take your money back. You can't tell anybody that you paid somebody for you to not serve the disciplinary, because they'll ask you, why did you bribe somebody? So I was just sitting looking at her with so much disgust. I was angry, I was frustrated. I was like, if I had just gone to church, because I was already ready, I just didn't want, I was pissed, sha. The day of the thing that happened, if you see the skirt I wore, I'm literally giving you guys hints on my school. I just don't want to call the name because I don't know if it's bad or anything. So on the day of the disciplinary, the panel, I wore one longer skirt, but not too long, but like compliance. I was looking like one church girl, like somebody that me and Jesus are like, even though me and him are like best friends, but like As if we used to hold each other's hands and be working together. That's how I was looking. And then when we enter inside the panel now, the um chief hall admin, is that what they called him? She now started complimented me like, I like how you're looking, you look so compliant, you look like somebody that, she was just start complimenting me. So in my mind I was like, this woman likes how I'm looking, maybe I'm free. I'm using an orange corrector, by the way, because I don't have a liquid blush. That's a hack. So I was really feeling myself like, if this woman is saying that I'm compliant, what's the worst that can happen? Like, she would just let me go. Look at her, because she was really insulting other people on the panel. So me, I was like, since she's complimenting me, I'm free, nothing is going to happen to me. After the whole thing, they finished talking to us. They told us to come out one by one and explain ourselves, why we didn't go to church, what happened. I still said what was in my paper. I can't remember what I wrote, but I said what was in my paper. And then the woman, after everything, we're all like, you know when you're feeling like, okay, yes, they've listened to us, they understand that we're all sick and everything. The woman just said, I've heard all what you've said. I cannot be the judge of this. You guys are going to go to the main panel. All of us just started crying, because in my school, main panel is basically you're going home. Because the main panel, they don't used to care what you did. As far as you have found yourself in the main panel, that means you did something wrong, so you're going home. There's no point of anything. And I had an exam that day. So when they just told us we're going to the main panel, like, everybody, tears. Like, I'm sorry, let me do this. I look weird. Everybody was just crying, because like nobody knew their fate anymore. We're just like, what the hell? Like, me, I was just angry at myself, because everything would have just not gone the way it was if I decided to just behave like a sensible human being. Like, I don't know what I was trying to feel like. I don't know. I've not been a bad bitch before, so why am I trying to be a bad bitch now? Like, where did it come from? So I was just frustrated. I don't have a setting powder, so I'm using my regular powder to like set everywhere that I can set. So I was really crying. I went to my exam hall crying. I was not telling my friends, like, what's the point of even writing this exam if I know that I'm going to go home next, that I'm not going to be around next semester. Like, what's the point? They already told me I'm facing main panel and everything. My friend was like, Chika, what's wrong with you? Like, are you mad? You know how friends are, maybe how they talk sense into you when you're talking rubbish. So my friend now, I wrote the exam. I don't know what I wrote, but I'm sure I wrote rubbish. I still passed, but then my mind was not there. My mind was in what I'm going to tell my parents. Like, what lie am I going to say now? Like, like, what lie am I going to say? What is my reason for missing the church? Like, who is going to listen to me? I'm using an eyeshadow to do my blush. What am I going to say? Like, what's my reason for missing church? So I was just angry. And then later in the night, or later in the evening, I went to my hall admin, and then I was like, excuse me, ma, sorry, please, I want to talk to you. And the woman, I think she liked me, I don't know, but like, she used to listen to me if I want to tell her something or anything. And then I was always friendly to her, like, oh, good afternoon, ma, you look nice, all those type of things. So maybe that's why she was listening to me. So I went to meet her, and then I was like, ma, please, I need to talk to you. Is there any way I can not serve this panel? Because if I serve it, I can't go home. My parents are not going to allow me. Like, I was just basically talking so that she can listen to me and accept what I was saying. And then the woman was like, but why did you miss it? This is not like you, Chika. all those things that adults say. And then I was like, ma, I know, but I can't. Is there anything I can do right now? So now like that, I will have to, this thing. I'll have to tell all the other people that I see face the panel to write a letter to the chief hall admin and we should beg her for so that she can like forgive us and not send her name to the main panel. And I was doing this during my exam period, so I was hella stressed. And because I didn't want to go home, I was doing the most. I was going to everybody's room that I could remember face panel with me. And then I was like, please, you guys should just answer me. I don't know if you guys want to go home, fine, don't sign. But me, I can't go home. It's not possible. So please, don't allow this happen to me. People were saying, Chika, it's not that serious now. We just panel. This. I'm like, please, I beg. I don't care if it's not serious to you. Maybe you guys don't really care. Like your parents will not really do anything to you or anything, or you guys don't care about the school fees you paid for this year. Maybe you want to waste it, but for me, I cannot go home. Like it's not an option. I will not go home now. And then I shall got like at least 20 something people to sign the card because I was not going home. It's not possible. And then when they now all signed, and I went to Nanga and meet the woman again, I was like, my people have signed, who do I give it to? She now said I should go to the main hall admins, the chief hall admins office to submit it. And then I went there. The woman was not around. Her secretary was like that I should come the next day. I came the next day. The woman was still not around. I was not like, and I told the secretary that please can I just drop the letter with you and can you put it like when you're submitting it to your woman, can you treat it as like a priority mail or something so that she can look at it quickly before she decides to submit her names to what do you call that thing? To the main panel. And then she was like, oh, don't worry, I understand, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry, I'll submit it. I was like, see, all these things you're talking, I don't really care. My own is just submit it to her. So the lady now, I shall give it to her. And then I don't know what happened. I just know that we don't see face the panel anymore. Then the next week or something like that, they now called all of us to the room. The people that wrote the letter, the people that signed the letter, they now called us to the whole admin's room. They gave us like an affidavit that we should sign that will never do anything wrong again. We all signed it and they said we should give our parents, like I said before. I didn't give my parents mine because like I didn't want them to know that I missed church. After calling my dad and telling him that I was in church, I'll now come and now say I wasn't in church, or just sign this for me in case I get suspended again. Please, no. I know I stopped talking, but then I'm trying to finish up my makeup. I finished my makeup. Let me change my top and then come back and like end the video and everything. I feel like I look nice. Like I feel like I look really cute. Like, oh, ow. So I've changed my top and now I look like a speck. I don't know. I did something with my hair and I'm feeling it. Like it was a mistake and then it looks nice. So I'm not going to drop it down. Anyways, so that's the end of the story. I basically didn't get expelled, obviously, but then that happened because I carried a letter to go around to other people and make them sign it and make them. I took the bull by his horn. I mean, that's what they say, and just made sure that I was not going to go home because I couldn't go home. I didn't know what I was going to explain to my parents, to everybody. I was just like, no, please. They sent me to school to come and learn and go to church. Because when you enter the school, they ask you to sign, and is it an undertaking? I think that's what it's called. And then you now tell me you're not going to go to church. I don't want. Anyways, that's the end of the story. If you enjoyed it, please leave a comment. If it made you laugh, leave a comment. Tell me what was your funniest part or your favorite part. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you watch to the end, it means a whole lot, because like from my analytics, like my videos, people don't watch it to the end. So if you watch this video to the end, I just want to say thank you. Please like, share, subscribe, turn on my post notifications, because I'm about to be more consistent for December, for the month of December. So please try and like, share, subscribe, do everything. Just like help me grow. I'm still on 60 something subscribers. Let's get to 100, please, and thank you.